Hey everyone, it's Carly Hall and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is a little bit different than our normal crafting tutorials, but it's something that I didn't realize was super important to me until I started crafting in yellow light. So I reached out to a company called HaloHome and I told them what was going on. My studio lights are not bright enough, they are kind of yellow, and it's really affecting the way that I see my crafts. Because I think they look one way, but then I take them into natural light and they look completely different. So they told me about these awesome lights that are Bluetooth operated. So not only can I control the brightness, but I can also adjust the color temperature to whatever Kelvin I need. So if that sounds like a foreign language, don't worry. I will walk you through not only the installation of these lights, but also how to use your smartphone to operate them. So I'm really excited. I want to show you a before and after of what my craft space looks like now, and then we'll show you what it looks like with the new lights installed. So let's get started. All right, so here is a look at my lighting in my craft studio, and it's actually reading not as yellow as it is in real life. But in my studio here, it looks super yellow. So I'm really excited to see how the lights will look after we install them. Then I'll walk you through how to program them using the app provided by HaloHome. All right, to get started, I turned off the power to these lights right here, and I'm just gonna pull out the existing lights. They're spring loaded, so they have these little wire springs. So depending on what your lights look like, you'll just unconnect them and unscrew your lights just like this. Next, we'll take our new light, and I do have a green ground wire, so I'm going to install that. You'll place it through the green ground wire, and you'll screw that back into place. Once your ground wire is installed, you'll just twist your cord back into place. And once it's screwed in tight, you'll use the spring-loaded clamps and put those into place. And then you'll slide it all the way up to your ceiling. All right, we have one light installed, so I will finish installing the rest of them and then we will set them up on the app. All right, so I'm about halfway done. Those 4 lights over on this side, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, are the old lights. And you can see just how yellow they're making my wall color. And then if we take a step back and look over on this side, these are my new lights that have been installed. And you can see just how bright and white they are. And so you can see that the color of the walls are a lot lighter. So let's back up so you can see both sides. So right here is the cutoff of the new versus the old. And you can see just how yellow and dingy that side looks compared to the light and bright. So I have 4 more on that side to install and then a couple down the hallway, but it is making a drastic difference and I cannot wait to film and craft in this space. Okay, I'm screen recording my phone at the same time that I'm filming this, so you'll be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm adding my lights. So right now it's scanning for devices, and then I'm looking for the 4 that are behind me. So it's going to scan, and then once I find them, I'll be able to set them up and add them to a group. Pro tip, make sure that the lights are turned on so that you can find them. All right, so now that my lights are turned on, you'll see that all 4 of them popped up. So I'm gonna select one, and then I'll click add. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it blinks when you are adding it so you know which one it is, and that way you can name it according to whatever you wanna name it, and then you can add it to a group. So I am going to add that to my front row, and it's number 5. And that is just part of my craft space. It's not actually my set anymore. So I'm just gonna call it Front 5 Craft. And then now let me turn my camera since I don't think you can see it. And then now that it's added, I can toggle down the brightness, toggle it back up, and I can also adjust the temperature. So I'm gonna add the rest of the other 3 lights and then we'll add them to a group. So now to add a group, we're gonna add a new group and I'm gonna call that Craft Area because that's typically where I sit and craft. So we'll add this and then now I can drag all of the different ones that I want. So you can see that, let's see, I have my craft area, so front 4, front 5, and then you'll see that those are set areas, back 5, back 4. And I'll set those in a group. So now this group, I can adjust all of the brightness and temperature together so they match the rest of my room. So I have now a craft area and a craft set. All right, so that was really easy to install those lights. Total, it probably took me about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer since I was making a video during the process. But overall, if you are not an electrician, it was super easy. The hardest part was probably screwing in that ground wire, but other than that, it was very easy to do. The other thing I wanted to mention is that if you are not tech savvy, these are the easiest smart lights that I've ever installed. I have other smart lights in my home and I had to swap out the switches, and that is a little bit scarier when you're working with hot wires and electrical. So these, I just had to pop in the lights and I didn't need any type of bridge, internet access, or different switches. So I just popped them in and then used the app. So again, I can control these using my phone. I can just toggle down the brightness and then pop them back on, which I think will be super great for crafting. So I can turn off different sections, have my lights controlled, and the temperature as well. So as always, I will put the links in the description below to all the products that I talked about in this video. And you'll have to let me know if you end up swapping out your lights because like I mentioned, I didn't realize how great light was until I had poor lighting and realized I needed some brighter lights for my craft studio. So you'll have to let me know if you swap yours out. If you are looking for more Cricut tutorials and craft tutorials in general, I will put all of my social media links in the description below as well. So you'll have to check out my Facebook group for more crafting tutorials. But now we'll be able to see all of the crafty things I do under these great lights by HaloHome. So let me know what you think and I will see you in the next video.